The name's Oscar. Oscar Q. Alrighty, so the new patch for Metal Gear Online version 1.02 came out almost a week ago, and I'm going to talk about mostly things I have failed to mention and things that were just revealed in the full patch notes that were not revealed just before the patch came out. So I'll hop right into it here if you don't mind. First off, there were several, almost a dozen general bug fixes, which is always good. That's never, you can't go wrong there fixing bugs. Unless you create new bugs by fixing those bugs, but I haven't noticed any, so kudos! Now, just about the first awesome thing you might notice in this video is that when you go to Auto Match, they added the option of actually selecting a rush game list or a non-rush game list. As you saw, I selected Bounty Hunter without the rush mode, which is awesome because I personally hate playing rush. I do not like spawning right in front of my enemy. That is extremely annoying. But I'm sure some people out there like it, so they just get right into the fray really quick. Also, in the very beginning of the video, you might notice that they added two tabs. They added titles and medals. That's another thing I failed to mention in the last video about this. And it's a pretty interesting feature. It's a throwback to classic Metal Gear Online, which is pretty nice for a lot of people, including myself, but it only goes so far as to increasing the fun of this game. Now, what's cool about it is once you start unlocking these, and they give them to you during maintenance, based on what you've done, and they will pretty much display your most difficult to obtain title, I'm assuming next to your username on the scoreboard, which is cool, so everyone can see what a badass you are. Now, just a quick FYI, the next few things I'm going to mention are not really going to be shown in this gameplay, okay? One of them is objective markers, a really cool strategic feature that they've added to the game where you can go to your iDroid and go to the map, or you can go to just view through your binoculars, and you can set markers for your teammates. And these markers will instruct you to attack, defend, or just notify that there's an enemy presence in that area. So that's a pretty cool thing. Anything in this game that adds to the strategic function of it has a big thumbs up. Because, again, that's what this game is all about. So the more the merrier. Good job. One thing that has also been done is the possibility has been improved for a late party member joining a game and still ending up on the same team as their party members. Now, I actually want to talk about this a little bit because they've been really trying to make that better and better with every patch and update, and I guess people are still complaining about it. Listen, that can't be perfect because realistically, most people usually play in parties, right? So it's hard to keep teams fairly balanced when there's a bunch of parties going on. So if people are joining late into matches, you realistically just can't expect for the teams to be perfectly even and everyone be in a party at the same time. It's just not going to happen. So occasionally, I think we're just all going to have to deal with party members being on the opposite team for just a game. Just deal with it. And then hang in there, and the next game, it always, I mean, at least in my experience, it always gets fixed by that point. So, I think Konami's doing fine by that aspect. Alright, so we can't push too much on that. Okay, another change they've made that I thought was especially good was they increased the interval for the mortar. So you can't fire as fast on that now, and I know a lot of people out there like to hop on the mortars and just spam the area with explosions and get lucky kills, which can be a little seriously ridiculous sometimes, so I think that was a pretty good change to make. Okay, this next one is one of my favorites. If you guys have been following me for a while now, you'll remember in my early MGO review videos, I used to complain about people waking up too quickly from stuns, and you wouldn't be able to capitalize on their stun within a reasonable time frame a lot of times. It would be extremely ridiculous and annoying and maddening, but now everything has changed. In the Cloak and Dagger game mode, which I very much used to hate, I don't know, I might still hate it, but not as much. They have increased the recovery time it takes to wake up from stuns, whether it's by CQC or being tranquilized, and it gets even better. It's not just in that game mode. In the overall game balancing, they've increased the recovery time it takes to get back up from that stuff, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy they did that. It was really needed, because especially in the Cloak and Dagger game mode, it's totally reliant on capitalizing and stunning the enemies if you're a defender, which, by the way, it only applies to the defenders. So only the defenders will not wake up as quickly in that game mode compared to the overall balancing that's already been changed. Just to clear that up for you guys. So yeah, like I was saying, it was so reliant on the fact that of the speed of which it took the defenders to wake up, because them waking up too fast screws the attackers. And I just thought that game mode was never properly balanced, and now it probably is. I'm too lazy to go try it out. I'm scared I'm still gonna get pissed off for whatever reason. But anyway, that's all I'm going to be covering, guys. I obviously did not cover even over half of the patch notes. I already talked about a lot of things on my last video regarding this patch, and I talked about the highlights, well, at least from my point of view, of the things I did not cover, or things I just newly discovered. So, guys, they are progressively making this game better and better. And I am gonna keep saying that I'm still happy with them. They're doing a good job. They're listening to us. They really are. They're listening to the complaints. They're fixing them, and we need to support them. We need to show them that they're doing a good job. Give them thanks. Thank you, Konami. Even though your behavior hasn't been the best lately. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up the public news of Konami's affairs, but they haven't been very nice lately. But they are updating this game the way they should be, and we have to show a measure of appreciation for that, despite the other things they're doing. So I'm gonna show a little bit more gameplay here, guys. I'm gonna stop talking, and it'll just be for show. A few more examples of other things I've talked about previously will be shown, actually. So you can keep watching if you want. If you don't want to, I'm not going to force you to keep watching. Subscribe, stay tuned for more. I make new videos every Monday and Wednesday. Oscar Q, out.